Okay. Let's see if we can make this work.
Yeah, I'll manage there. It's going down.
Okay. Okay, you're live now. And I've got your phone for the time being. Hi, Australia.
Kind of get what we're doing over here.
Brad's been watching since it started.
What's up, Brad?
Putting the tail lights in.
Well,
And
got
well,
them
actually,
in,
yep.
Yep, doing the filler neck and gonna be doing some welding and you name it, huh?
There's a fuel tank that I made. Indiana, hello. Illinois, hello.
Okay, it's probably gonna need to drill the hole saw. Probably just my little buzz saw and a compressor and something to slice in with.
I think Donnie can use your phone if you're wanting for other video for... Oh, hello Kansas. The UK. Boy, everybody all over the world. That's awesome. New coupe shirt. How does it fit? Do you like it? What color would you Southern Wisconsin, anywhere in Wisconsin. That's my favorite. So yeah, you guys, we just kind of thought we'd go live today for something a little different, just to give you a sneak peek of where we're at. Of course, we have an episode coming out tomorrow. For all of you that follow along religiously, which we appreciate, you know, every Sunday we drop a new episode, so you'll see, well, everything that you see here that maybe you didn't see last week that he's done. Horse Trainer 10, yes, get yourself a Coop shirt. They're on our website, CoopRacefab.com, or through the store right there on YouTube. Appreciate it. Are you done making some noise for a minute? Okay. So, okay, all right, let's go get that first, and then I'll ask you guys a question. You want me to get something specific over here?
No, I was just saying if they want to see what
the fuel tank?
What's going on?
I want to see what all the noise is about.
Mm-hmm. Making pieces parts.
No, I was waiting for you to quit making noise, so Donnie, come over here and hold these up for me, will you? I want to ask you viewers a question, what you think. Okay, tail lights. So, well, maybe we should hold that next to the other gold. This is a different metal, is that right?
Yeah, dissimilar metal. So this stuff is, so the links are different.
Yeah, so like, this is the gold that we typically use, but because of this different metal,
different
it looks,
aluminum.
Or, yep, different aluminum. It looks different, obviously, as you can see. But is it so different that you can tell if we put it on the back, on the rear here? Which do you like better? That's your vote, Donnie?
Yeah. See, because this one's the same, Jess, so they're not the same, but see the different color even in this one, because these are dissimilar.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, yeah, for sure. All right, we'll see once this kind of catches up. Yeah, you guys are saying run this one. You can't tell because it's not going to be up against the other gold. I kind of like it, even though it is a little off.
Now look at the gold on your coilovers over there, Jess. That's even
Hi, Michigan. What, Donnie?
Look at the coilover gold. It's even different.
Yeah, yep. Donnie was saying, yep, different gold on the coilover. So, I guess it doesn't really matter much if that's different on the rear there. Troy, you're right, a little dust on it and we will never notice. Martin, how hot is it there today? Okay, Jessica, you like the gold too. Perfect. I think we'll go with that. Hello, Dallas. People everywhere. I love it. This is great.
I'm gonna spot it right there. It might get warm quick. Whoops. Good still?
Mm-hmm. It didn't move.
Okay. Okay, let's just make sure before it burns on back down.
Thankfully, I think Shannon learned how to use his measuring tape this week.
Yeah, because I'm doing the critical stuff now.
Lisbon, California.
That's perfect, dude.
Well,
You could barrel that out.
Brett,
a little bit
yeah,
on
the
bottom,
final
yeah.
color
Well,
will
no,
be
I need to tilt
black,
it
like
down.
all of our fleet.
I need to take a little piece
Of course, the panels are off that, but yeah, everything's black. Everything that's been made and purchased, so it only feels right to go with black.
But other than that,
Northern New York. Awesome. I've never been there. all you say sunny San Diego, Lakeside to be exact, there's quite a few people that think our shop here in Lakeside, Arizona is Lakeside, California, if they're not paying attention. Yes, yes, does Donnie? Yes, he does. We've got somebody saying the competition is usually looking at Shannon's taillights anyway. Get their opinion. That's pretty good. You guys are all great. We appreciate it. Josh, the hats should be in next week. I'm just waiting to hear back from our distributor. So as soon as I have those, I will let you guys know. Oh, like our old JK over here, silver like that. The oldie but a goodie for sure. Martin, it's actually cooler here today than it has been. It's been in the high 90s for us all week, but today the high is 80, and that's probably about what it is right now. And we don't have any humidity.
All right. Second time's a charm usually?
That's third time's the charm.
Why? What did you
Wait,
screw
this
up
was the second one on
What did you
this.
screw up the first time?
Well, I mean, everything else I've done twice.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Measure 3 times, cut once.
Let's see.
Pose right there.
Oh yeah.
Did it work this time?
It's good enough for who it's for.
Excuse me, it's for me. So it's supposed to be the best.
That's the best.
Okay, just checking.
So show them what we got going on here. This is
You go ahead and show them.
so I got lucky on this whole thing. It just barely fit, but I had to slice this. You'll see it in this week's video, and pooch it out and weld it. And I'm just trying to get things as clean, and I thought it would look nice with the stock little gas door and filler neck and stuff. But yeah, we're just kind of going away or going to town on everything, and we got all this stuff in here this week. So the inside's all done, and oh yeah, I did finished the shock mounts and tied them in. I still gonna do some aluminum work here with some cup holders or something probably. We got a bunch of stereo equipment we're gonna put in here, and somewhere back here I'm gonna build a box. I'm waiting for him to get back to me on how big a box I need for the tins. Jess wanted a pounding system in here, so.
All right, back to work. Stop playing with the camera. Do you guys have any questions or comments about this while we're going and it's not too noisy? I can try to ask him.
Or if there's anything they want to see close up.
Yeah, right. Anything close up. Now's your chance. Yes, Mike, Shannon does keep a clean work area. This is actually messy to him right now. Thank you for following along.
Find my glove.
Hello from Italy. Wow. Awesome.
All right. Put some glue to it.
Outlaw off-road. I would miss living here too. Are you in the valley or whereabouts are you? Shannon, is the steering column material aluminum?
Yes, it is. I think it's like 188 wall. It might be quarter wall. I'll have to measure it, but it's 1 3/4 diameter outside. And it's a tubing that like our metal supplier has over there. And I usually keep it around 1.5 inches, 1 3/4 to make dumb things out of. But yeah, it's just 1 3/4 quarter or 3/16. I'll check in a second and see what it is.
Okay. Outlaw, I have a girlfriend in Glendale, or a couple of them actually. I definitely miss being up. And yes, Brandon is definitely dedicated and determined, and he keeps me very happy. I mean, look at that awesome ride he's building here. Yeah, it's real breezy here today, Martin. Actually, we have got a red flag warning. Doesn't look too bad right now, but the breeze is nice. You can open both the shop doors. Obviously, the big one I'm walking out of, and he's got that one there on the side. The smaller one keeps a nice little draft through here to keep him cool. Hold tight there, guys. I'll get you some answers. I like to mess with them, go over there and tell them to stop working because I have a question. But I won't. I love watching them weld. And no, I don't look directly at the light, don't worry. Shannon, what are the engine specs?
It's basically a GM crate performance motor. It's a 6.6. They call it an L8P. And nothing special, but it makes about 520 horse and 550 foot-pounds of torque, I think.
Oh, that Phoenix weather. I can barely handle getting in and out of my vehicle down there when it's summer. Props to all you that do it. Okay, Shannon, how about, I know the body mounts directly to the frame. Do you run any rubber isolators? Does
No.
it rattle like a tin can?
No, it does not. It's very solid. I've been doing it since my very first Jeep I built. Basically, when it's together, it's like having a race car. There's no bushings, nothing mounted. The only thing that's rubber mounted or urethane mounted is my drivetrain. My engine, transmission, and transfer case are all mounted on urethane bushings.
No, I will not be turning any knobs on the welder, LOL. Scott, we can't wait to see it finished either. Oh, Benson, our good friend has a piece of property down there. I think maybe he inherited it from his dad. I can't remember, but he's got a camper down there and he's down there a bit. We've hung out down there.
We gotta get that hole put in there for that other deal. Yeah. So probably bolt that back in and let me mark it. Did you get the hose? The little hose? Yeah, right here.
It's gonna be black. Black, 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 like everything else, except for the old JK. I kind of teased him about doing an old vintage color or something of that nature at first, but he wasn't interested in that at all, and I'm good with it. I like black.
And then I can go ahead and weld that number 10 fitting in.
Yeah, Josh, actually the goal for this ride is to debut it on the Rubicon next month, so cross your fingers that we can make that happen. It won't be painted, but yeah, that's the goal. I don't think so. Shannon, have you ever put a diesel in any of your builds?
I mean, the only thing I have that's diesel is my trucks. I haven't ever done
Not many builds.
No.
Okay. So there's your answer, Brandon. That's a negative. What you doing now?
So I'm looking for a number 8 push-on fitting because I'm going to put a AN fitting for our filler neck for the vent. Because I forgot to get some other stuff, so I'm going to just use AN.
I hate when you forget to do stuff.
I know.
Like I forgot to take something out for dinner out of the freezer.
Because you want me to take you to dinner. I know how you work.
Don't you think that's a good idea, Donnie? See?
2 thumbs up.
Don't you all think that's a good idea?
I told her that maybe she should make us dinner because we go out to eat all the time, and right now it's busy time up here, so it's hard to get a table unless you show up at 3, and we can't do that because we're working.
I've been cooking dinner for over 20 years. That's long enough. Yeah, we like to go out to dinner. After a hard day's work, it's definitely well-deserved. But yeah, it's a very busy time up here. Those of you that are watching from down in the valley, you know most or a lot of the valley residents like to escape the heat and come up here to cool off. So our little community doubles, sometimes triples in fact, in population for the summer. And it's a super busy weekend up here. There's a town next to us that did this event called Greer Days. There's a big concert happening at one of our outdoor music venues this weekend, and the casino has bike week or bike weekend, so it's extra busy, but we're gonna go to dinner. Yes, James agrees with me. The Thrill of Off-Road. Which podcast was that? Was that with Rich, or because he's done a couple recently, so you'll have to forgive me. I kind of screw up the names sometimes, but I'm glad you enjoyed. And yeah, even though I listen to him do those time to time again, or just hanging out, I hear those stories. I love listening to him too. I'm glad you agree.
I like making new stories. I don't like listening to old ones.
Well, we're doing that too. Sorry guys, I'm just kind of holding it here while he's getting his stuff together, but you know, again, if you want to drop a comment, if there's anything else you want to see, even if it's not related to the Scrambler build at the moment, anything else in the shop or around, let me know, or any other questions. LOL. Eager Days, Springerville Rodeos, Greer Days is a drunk festival. Yeah, thank you. I think he did a good job on the bumper too. Definitely glad he scrapped the first idea. Shannon, will the fuel?
No, I don't use baffles on any of my tanks unless they're like the ones that are in the trucks, like the big 100-gallon tanks. These, I think they need baffles for years. This 7, you start baffles, but or if you're trying to trap fuel and you don't have a foam tank, we would do baffles back then, like to trap it around. But now we have this hydro mat, so you don't need to trap fuel. It picks everything up.
Thank you, Donna White. I meant Vanna, or Donnie. Shannon, what about, will the, nope, sorry, I just asked you that one. Shit, I lost my spot.
Okay, Donnie, let's pull this back out so I can hold
Somebody,
all that.
are you gonna do any custom rear fender flares?
No, I mean, I stay out of the mud, and I thought about when I was gonna originally build this about bringing this out, like make a fiberglass piece that I could Zeus on for if I do want to get in the mud or do something like that, but it was gonna look dumb. I don't know, so I thought about it though, seriously, for a minute. Like the European rides, them guys have fenders, and like I would have to come out this far literally to cover this tire, and it's such a short span. I just figured, I'll just have to eat mud.
And then there was a comment somewhere, all right, should bring that to the Pacific Northwest. Would love to. In fact, something that I have wanted to do for a long time is the Scambler up there, for fun and obviously good reason. But one of the trips we're gonna plan with this, once we get it going, is a Pacific Northwest trip. Maybe even like the coast or whatever. But I'm not letting Shannon flip you the bird, Mike. Mark, you want to know who's going to drive it for the shakedown? Well, I'm not sure yet. It's being built for me, so I guess it would only be appropriate if it was me. But he's the professional at shaking things down. Shannon, what's the oldest piece of equipment you own?
His wife?
No, I'm the youngest, for sure.
Well, most of my equipment's fairly new since I built this shop, because all my old equipment is at the old shop. But not brand new, but like my welders and
That guy's probably the oldest piece.
yeah, this welder here.
Miller welder?
It's probably, what do you think, 10 or 11 years old?
Maybe a little more.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it doesn't sound very old, but of course, like he said, all his old stuff stayed in the old shop, or the majority of it. Are you worried about running full hydro steering on the road?
No, I did a bunch of things to compensate for it. One is like these, mechanically I tried to slow it down. I moved this out a little bit. I like to run, I think it's like 7 or 7 1/4 from the pivot here. And then I went to a 3-turn orbital valve instead of a 2-turn. Like on our race cars, we run 2 turns, so you don't have to turn so much. I slowed it down in the orbital valve and here. And Jeff Howe makes a pretty awesome system where the orbital valve and stuff, when you're driving, it actually doesn't keep moving. It stays stationary, and you can, it has road feel. And then I also put 8 degrees of caster at ride height in it, so that it wants to always return to center, and I'm pretty confident it's going to drive nice.
Thanks, Eric. I'm glad you're enjoying the live feed. I thought it just might be something a little different and fun. A little interaction for everybody that has shown us so much support with this channel. And yes, Willie's Overlander, it is
Oh, they're playing your song.
Sorry, I can't hear it because YouTube will cut us off or something for stealing their rights.
Okay, so then we'll hobble on it from there. Oh, you know what? Probably put that piece back in there and then I'll just fit it to that.
Hot and windy in Prescott Valley, yeah. I think it's 80 degrees here and very windy. Shannon, you have anything else you might want to show them? Because I'm probably going to wind this down. It's been going on for just over half an hour, and if there's not any more specific questions or anything anyone wants to see, of course you're all going to see a lot more once we get that episode out tomorrow. The Rubicon is great. We always have so much fun. What's the wheelbase and width on the axles? Expected belly pan clearance.
Belly pan clearance should be somewhere 17. The length is 120 and the width will be, man, I can't, it was 87 and a half or something. I can't remember.
Okay. Any chance of a hoop around the grill to protect the radiator in a roll?
So I don't like the hoops being external. My hoop is right there and I'm pretty sure my radiator cannot get harmed. It's in the middle of all this stuff. This is a 32-inch radiator that we put in here. I don't believe a lot of people use the, you know, the little junk, whatever fits on a Jeep. I've moved my frame rails out and I plan on towing with this vehicle and basically using it like a race car or whatever, but it's for fun. So I wanted the biggest radiator I could get in there, which is, this is what we had in one of my old trail rigs that turned into a race car, and I'm waiting for a tranny cooler to come that, I can't even, Igor's making a custom cooler for me. It's gonna look like a regular oil cooler, but it's gonna be real trim. It's gonna go underneath right here on top, and I'm gonna leave it where I can still, if my my AC compressor fits, I'm gonna fit in a condenser for AC. So I'm just trying to really utilize my space that I have and whatnot.
And is this the newer 10,000 pound Warren 8274 or the 8,000 pound 82?
This is the 10,000, the new one.
Okay, so there you go. 40s or 42s?
So
We have both.
I've got both right now. Believe it or not, Vision does not have any wheels, and I've been waiting for wheels, otherwise this thing would be on the ground.
They're stuck like on a shipping
Yeah,
container or something.
they're sitting in the dock or whatever. So they did find one set of cast wheels that they're machining the centers out because I ran into a problem on the hubs right here. I switched just to a stock hub, not thinking, because I'm used to running like a Spider Trax, the race car hub, and I was trying to keep everything simple, and I didn't realize that it was a different size, so my wheel bore had to be opened up to roughly 5 inches or whatever the deal is. But Brannick makes all these hubs and everything, and I had them switch them to 6 on 6.5 so that my race car wheels and everything would fit, still not knowing that they were different. And then after I found out, it's like, oh bang, I wanted to shoot myself. But so we're opening up the centers on the same, like a race car wheel, and I was wanting them all to interchange, but they won't. This is going to be its own unique thing. So.
And yeah, Ben, no, it's not hard to register this vehicle. That was the first thing we did before it was even a vehicle, was had it registered. We had a title and a grill.
yeah, we were on a trip and went and bought the title and the VIN plates and the grill and the headlights.
Yep.
That was our first get.
What's the horsepower of the engine?
It's 520.
Okay. Will it fit on a trailer at 82 inches wide?
Oh, yeah, it's going to be wider than 82. I mean, my trailers are pretty wide, so. And I don't plan on trailering this. We plan on driving it everywhere, but it will. It's narrower than my race car. 14-inch ADS MBRs, both front and rear? Yes, they will look just like this. I wanted to package everything. I don't like the big hoses and everything, and because there's 2 hoses, it's even more to package. So I did the piggyback style, and I think it's just a clean look, kind of like a UTV almost, and this shock will be on all 4 corners.
Is weight a concern? The Aqualoo tub is super light. Are you trying to keep it lightweight?
Yeah, I want it as light as I can get it, just for every purpose, but I'm sure this thing's gonna be anywhere from 5 to 6 loaded.
Oh, there you go. All right, I'll let you get back to work. We'll watch you for a few more minutes before I cut this off. Thank you all so much for watching, asking your questions, your comments. Again, it's really appreciated. Getting this YouTube going was really kind of tricky to begin with, but it's going now.
Let's go ahead and cut this.
Is the Bob Scrambler tub or full length with uncut wheel wells?
So this is from Aqualoo, and it is stock Scrambler top dimensions and everything, and then they moved the wheel well as far back as I could get it.
Custom cut your own.
Internal bypass?
Yeah, they call them MBRs. It's a new,
New technology.
Yeah, new technology. Yeah. It's multiple bypass rings inside, so it's the same as an internal bypass but better.
So the Charlie Clark's, I want a burger. Charlie Clark's is excellent. And real funny little side note, we were in there last weekend, and one of the regular bartenders that we see came up to us and said we owed her a check because someone had popped in and said, you know, they wanted her to make a drink because they saw her on this YouTube channel. It was pretty funny. Yes, Bob, video tomorrow. I'll be up working on it. Let's see, did you...
I'll have you get in there before you get off.
So, where am I reading a question? I have another question for you. I'm sure you answered, but I was distracted. But by moving the steering link anchor points inside, has the Ackerman changed since the outside wheel has to steer more than the inside one?
Yes, they're closer to even. Before I did that, before I changed that, the inside one turned like almost 10 degrees more than the outside one, which is, you know, it was designed to go in a Ford truck. It's not really what we want for what we're doing.
Project is getting close to being done. What's next? Well, hopefully we'll get it off the table.
What's next is we're gonna be playing with it.
He's got to build everything for all of the speakers to go in, mount the infotainment center in the dash up there, which we're going to be working on that pretty quick. These kind of look like rings. What are they?
Them are your seatbelt tie downs.
Okay.
You can wear them like rings if you like it.
Let's see.
There you go.
Tell me when I'm perfect.
Awesome. Can't wait to see it on the trail. Jefferson State Scalers, thank you very much.
Right there.
Have you decided on an oh shit handle yet on the passenger side? So...
No, if anyone knows of anything cool, I want something billet or something, and it might end up not getting on there because we're gonna maybe do a glove box behind the GPS mount, the Garmin. So.
Okay. Have you, oh no, sorry, read that already. Hi, in Alaska. So is it dark there or light there? I actually have family that lives there, but I never pay attention to the whole dark and light thing. Sorry. Nice ring, haha, yes. Can Shannon explain his welding method? I know he said his eyesight isn't great. All the expert welding would say spot welding is not strong enough. Are you worried about the welds not holding?
Wait. Oh no, definitely not worried. I'm burning a lot hotter. I don't do it all the time, just like when I have a real tight seam, I get where I get off, so I'll go for a little bit. Sometimes I start and stop, but whenever I got a nice positive gap where I can see good, yeah, it's just, I do something that kind of looks like this, where I'll kind of go circular, come back, and then stack that circle, come back, stack that circle. Just keep doing that right there is what I normally do when I'm MIG welding. But like I said, if I have a real tight seam, which I try to make them tight, sometimes I get off and screw up. So I'll start and stop just to keep from having to have my weld look like it missed. I'm not the best welder anymore.
So in regards to the oh shit handle, Outlaw Off-Road says, I build them where they are removable.
Is it billet? Climb up in there.
I'm in. All right, I'm going for a drive now.
Here.
No, it's not billet.
No. Tell them to send me a picture of it.
Okay, send us a picture of your removable handle.
So do you want the gas pedal exactly with the...
Shannon is never really too worried, it's true. Do I want the gas pedal with what?
Like, even with the brake, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely.
Feel it? Go ahead and push it. It doesn't push very far.
The gas doesn't?
No, because it's just like an inch travel because it's electric.
So then how am I supposed to go fast if I can't push it to the floor?
Mash it to the floor.
Yeah.
It's like a sewing machine pedal. It only has so much stroke, but wide open's wide open.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, yep, even though.
So, does that feel probably high enough, or should yeah? Probably.
Yeah, no, I don't want it any higher.
Any
for
lower
sure.
though?
Take it down a smidge, like right there, right there.
They call that fly-by-wire.
Glad to see the tube stack on the website. Yes, make sure if you guys are interested in that tube stack, just hit the website for it. What happened with the Walker wheels?
Walker, Polaris bought them and they went out of business. They don't make wheels no more, and that was quite a long time ago. And when that happened, we switched to Method, which I wasn't a big fan. I had trouble with certain things. And then we went to Vision, 2 years ago? And Vision makes a very nice wheel, and as soon as I get some more, they're out there. I don't have any right now. Like
They're trying, they're just stuck on a boat.
You got some Walker
they're
wheels
stuck in
for sale.
they're stuck in the sea somewhere. But
One of the best builds on YouTube. Thanks, Kyle. And yeah, you could do the small receiver tube and have it built on CNC like a T handle.
yeah, I want this. I don't want to do that because I want a glove box behind it or something. So we're going to take the Garmin, and what my idea was when I make the glove box lid, the Garmin comes down with it, but I might do something that hinges up and down and pins or something. I'm not sure. Some kind of a billet something.
When do you expect this to come off the table?
Well, it would be off right now if I had wheels. I have everything else to get it off the table right now. So I'm just waiting on wheels, which are getting machined, and I'm hoping early next week I have them. And yeah, I want this thing to roll more than anyone. It's gonna look pretty awesome with a set of tires on it.
Hi, Sean. Hi, your favorite Indian here.
Oh, yeah, what's up?
Another question, what keeps the 3/4 shaft from sliding out of the column at the bearings?
So what keeps it? So when the column slides through, this on the bottom, see that this takes a splined joint, which is right here.
Hi.
And this holds that from going anywhere. But it also makes it easy to blow apart and take apart. So this shaft, you can get this shaft from Jeff Howe over at Howe Steering. And yeah, everything, all these components came from Jeff, and it's very awesome.
Run your race car wheels and tires for now. And what engine management are you planning to run? Engine management?
Yeah, we'll be running, Holly has a new system that supports this motor. I'm not sure what it's called, but it's not even really on their website or available, but this is a direct injected motor, and I just got the harness and everything. Yeah, so we'll have that here pretty quick. It goes to wiring in what, 10 days?
whenever the first is, or the 30th?
Yeah, the first of the month it goes to wiring. What else did I do? Oh.
Was I okay to get out of the seat?
Yeah, you're good. Yep. So I'm gonna clean these up.
Are you doing the TJ rear buggy panels and full width hood still?
So all that stuff you can get from Campbell Enterprise. Call my brother over there, Nick, talk to Nick, and they have all the molds for that. And yeah, pretty much all the molds that we've ever made are on, they should be on their website. So, and that stuff is still available. Sean, when you come into my neck of the woods, huh? We could be eating steaks tonight.
Or burgers.
Yeah, tell the family I said hi, and the rest of the gang over there.
When you're done out here, I need you to come into the kitchen.
I only clean the kitchen when I don't have nothing to do in the shop.
Are you still running the air system in your cage? I ran it in my bumpers to air up and down.
Yes, so show the compressor's right there on the wheel well.
Hang on, or if you can.
Yeah. So compressor is right here, and it'll come out of here into the cage, and I'll do a T, so there will be a chuck here, and I'll make it face forward here where I can just reach around and plug into it. And then there's one right over there, and this there is one right here. So this is the tube that goes all the way from here and all the way over to here. And when we were building it, we drilled a hole in here and cleaned the tube out, and then it goes into this tube. So pretty good amount of air, and I don't need a stupid tank. Trying to keep everything simple and clean. The less stuff that we don't need, the better it will be.
Are you gonna run front wheel wells?
No, I do not run inner fenders on anything. I like to be able to get to stuff, let it breathe. You know, like I said, I'm not a mud person, and I have gotten the mud. I just clean it when I get home, but
Hi, Kevin.
yeah.
What is your, let's see, what's your wheelbase and track width?
Wheelbase is 120, and track width is like 87 to 90. I can't remember exactly.
How much air would you think it holds?
I have no idea how much air it holds. I'm not that kind of an engineer.
Here, I'll take that back so you can get back to your sweeping. Glad you're enjoying, everybody. We can't wait to have this off the table and running. We're really hoping to meet that deadline and have it on the Rubicon at the end of July. It's gonna be close. Brody, we're gonna go black like everything else in the fleet. We're gonna, when we run it initially, it won't be painted, but yeah, it'll be black.
Black on black on black.
That's our family color.
It's our family color. The fleet, yeah, I'm telling you, I said it earlier on, yep, the fleet is black, everything, except for the old JK. Yeah, Sean, one day, hopefully sooner than later. I mean, you're really not that far. Why don't you tell that boss of yours you just need a vacation? Thanks, John. I'm glad you're enjoying.
She's tight.
That's how you like it.
He makes that kind of noise while I'm trying to sleep up there, and it's really rude. Tires, we have 40s and we have 42s.
We're gonna drive it on the highway with 40s.
Yep. Hello from Pennsylvania. Yep, I know everybody's looking forward to the video tomorrow. I'm looking forward to putting it together for you. Shannon's been having fun making it. Brandon, our next race will be in Crandon, Wisconsin at the big house. Definitely my favorite place. Obviously, I'm sure a lot of you know by now from following along that I grew up in Wisconsin, and Crandon's not far from where I grew up. So that's definitely a favorite. It's one of Shannon's too. And that race is Labor Day weekend, by the way. If you rent the Airbnb, does it come with shop time and some trail rides? You'll bring your own rig. We always allow anybody that rents it to pop in and out of here. You're welcome to watch him. And yeah, if you bring a rig and we're not busy, we're always down to go on a ride. Oh, you'll see us on the Rubicon, and hopefully it'll be in this ride, John. Fish Slayer, thank you so much. We appreciate that. Jessica, nice name. I'm glad that you enjoy watching us and have fun on your date night doing so. We can be really entertaining at times.
Especially when there's alcohol involved.
Yeah, I'm sure you all saw us falling, or me and my sister falling out of this last week. Glendale, yep, we know Glendale all too well. What kind of overlanding gear do you plan on running? Huh.
Mostly ARB stuff.
Yep,
They have
absolutely.
I'm gonna build a trailer. Oh wait, that's...
Yes, we're gonna build a trailer for a lot of the overlanding, but ARB has this awesome kind of kitchen setup that I really want. Something looks wrong with this seat. I'm not sure what, but I think we might fall through it. You have to cut this rear seat down, which you'll see in the video. Shannon, you need a plasma table, LOL.
They make a mess, and I got a bandsaw.
Take up room.
And he's got a bandsaw. What is the estimate of weight, and when will he have the coilovers? Yeah. So what did you say you were estimating the weight? 6,000 or?
5 to 6.
5
just
to
guessing.
6.
It might be lighter than that, but I'm guessing 5 to 6.
When are you gonna have the coilovers?
They're over here. I just don't have
Oh yeah. What are you waiting on?
waiting on to get it off the table because I need the wheels and stuff. But
There you go. Coilovers.
yep, I'm just waiting on the wheels now. We just got the links all installed today. And as soon as it comes off the table, we'll cycle it and confirm that the front drive shaft works and doesn't hit. It's very tight. If the measurements are correct, it should clear, but
We're glad everybody's enjoying the tube stacks. Shannon, what is the reason for building the axles so wide?
so that one, I could fit this MBR on here with this, and I like a wide stance. It's still a little narrower than my race car. I just feel like the stability of the width is a lot nicer, and it makes building it and getting more steering and everything easier. I don't have to worry about my tires rubbing the links and whatnot.
Did we ever decide how we were gonna latch the hood?
Oh,
Because
so,
remember, we talked about this?
yeah, so you guys tell me what you think. I've got the old school latches that look like this.
Yep, like what's on Dad's here.
And normally I would put them through the fender right here. I normally do that. Donnie's grabbing, so I've been trying to decide what I want to do. There's this new latch that it can be mounted on any angle, and you push this button and it pops off. So it's easy. All I do is put this wherever I want. This is a nut that jams it in there, and then you just shut the hood on it, and to open it you just have to push both of them. And
So
they're
lay
very
that on the hood once.
very positive, but it's just a lot cleaner. I just don't know if I want that or if I want the old school look.
But I'll tell you what I want, so I'm pretty sure it'll be what I want, and I want the old one. I don't like that new looking thing. It looks weird to me. I mean, I like the concept of it, I just don't like the way it looks. Sean, softball, huh? Boy, I can't play softball.
So one of the, yeah, that'd be too narrow. One of the other benefits of using this is I could just drill this hole right here out and put that right there inboard. I wouldn't have to build a bracket that comes out here. And then I could just put it right there.
All right, you guys, let us know. I'm reading a couple other comments.
So the benefit is I don't need a bracket. I can use this as two things. It holds this radiator mount and it latches my hood.
I'm more about the cosmetics of it, and I think the other one looks better. That thing looks
Cosmetics.
too new.
You want a big butthole or a little butthole?
That looks modern and silly. Kevin, hey, it's Kevin from Patrick Street in Gilbert. The rig is awesome. Do you think my wheelchair would fit in the back? LOL. I don't know, Kevin. It might be a little tight. We were talking about we can probably only fit a couple of grandbabies in there. Let's see, where did I... Shannon, awesome build. You should build an off-road camping overland trailer for longer trips. I run a Tough Stuff overland trailer. Yes, we are building a trailer.
Yeah, we're building a trailer, and it's gonna look similar to this right here. It'll probably be about this long, and I'm probably gonna do some kind of a air shock that matches suspension with a trailing arm. I did have Matt Nielsen, a friend of mine up here, he dropped off some, I'm not sure what they're called, but it's like a trailer torsion type deal, like for off-road trailers, which I still might use, but I really want to make something cool with suspension and do like a sway bar on the arms so that it works. Another friend of mine does a lot of stuff with trailers, and he's like, yeah, you need a sway bar on it if you do it. And I've never really pulled an off-road trailer, so. When
would you start that build?
As soon as this is done, we're gonna start the trailer.
Okay.
I want all this mess done. I mean, I'm hoping to be done for Rubicon, just this, take it to Rubicon raw, play with it, see if I want to change anything. And then when I get back, we're gonna make it beautiful and black and build the trailer before SEMA.
And South America, Chile, we could go wheeling there. Lots of places, all types of terrains and landscapes. Yeah, that'd be awesome if we could make it there. Thanks for watching. There was another one here. Because it's not a race car, LOL, what did you target for anti-squat and anti-drive maybe?
I don't know what the numbers are. I know what I like. I call Matt Taylor and I tell him what I want. He puts it in his computer. He's told me 100 times. I never care about them numbers, so I know basically I know it's set up real close to the same as a race car. It might be a little bit different. For rock crawling, we used to do it where it would want to jack the rear up a little bit more, and they don't drive as good down the road and stuff. They're a little bit different, but...
Hi, Venezuela. That's awesome. I can't believe how many people are tuned in from all over the world. That's awesome. Kind of a mix on the hood thing so far, the latches. Yes, we are coming to Trail Hero. It's going to be our first time ever. It's hard to believe Shannon's never been to Trail Hero, but it's always conflicted with other things. So we will be there. We're looking forward to it. When we were out there for the off-road games, we made that decision and booked a place right then and there.
Yes.
What is the WMS on the axle, 72 inch?
The wheel mounting surface is 76.5.
70?
And I am running a 4.5 inch offset wheel.
What is, he's been doing it for so long, but what is his method for picking spring rate?
I call the guys that know what to pick. But seriously, I mean, they're usually on a build like this, it's anywhere from like a 125 to a 200 on the front and rear.
And 330 J Fox, I'm sorry, we've been talking about so many different things. You wanted to know who makes them. I'm not sure who makes what, so if you clarify.
Makes what?
I don't know. He just says who makes them, or he or she, and I'm not sure. At the end of the build, will you guys be going over what a build like this would cost?
Yeah.
We're doing our best to keep track of everything that we've purchased or has been sponsored to us, and Shannon will have an idea on his labor hours, so we can certainly try to do that. There's a new style vote. Mike, you're supposed to vote with me. I'm just kidding. Let's see here, trying to make sure I don't miss anything. Great rig as usual. I know we might have answered this already. Is the tub a bob scrambler or regular length?
The tub is, no, it's full scrambler length, just the wheel well. I had them leave the wheel well in there, and I cut it where I wanted it, all the way to the back. Yeah, let's do this. You know what?
I'll have to ask him about the gooseneck trailer, Kevin. I don't know. Did you see any pictures that were sent over of a crazy gooseneck trailer?
Well,
Did you send? You'll have to specify where you sent him, Kevin. We get a lot of things sent to look at.
the one that Bleepin' Jeep built?
There's your question. Was it the one Bleepin' Jeep built? Since he's not running wheel wells, he should hide the button under the hood. Let's see. Would you recommend stretching a CJ5 frame and putting a 68 Commando body on it?
Well, yeah, I mean, I usually just make my frame and wait, say that again. Stretching.
So would you recommend stretching a CJ5 frame and putting a 68 Commando body on it?
No, I would probably buy a later model frame, like from a newer Jeep, and change up the suspension and then put your body on that.
Okay.
TJ.
Is your trailer going to be on 40, 42s as well?
Whatever, yeah, 40s or 42s, yes.
Yep, whatever, okay.
Okay.
So how can you get a hold of us? Yeah, we have a website. It's couperacefab.com. You can message us directly through there. Of course, we have all our social media, which you can message on as well. The Coop Racing and Fabrication Instagram and Facebook. Shannon's Instagram and Facebook, where he's Shannon Campbell Unleashed on Instagram. Just Shannon Campbell on Facebook. Hood pins, yeah. Hi Texas, love the rig, looking sweet. Somebody else I think said something about a football helmet with this look too, and I kind of saw it after the fact, but yeah, I love it anyway. So it'll be painted, and then we'll have some decals made. I don't think we're planning on doing any sort of wrap. And yes, the Bleeping Jeep build, so he obviously did see it. A little off topic, but that's okay. I said ask any other questions about anything in here. How are the Grizzly tools, Shannon? They seem affordable.
Oh, I love it. The only thing, this thing here, starting and stopping it, I always go through the capacitors. I have to, about once every 6 months, I got to put a capacitor on it. I'm not sure what the deal is, but other than that, I love them. The bandsaw is awesome. Probably one of the nicest ones I've used. I mean, I'm sure there's nicer out there, but for the price, I love it. And their brake, the only thing about the brake is where they machined these down in here. If you use the right stuff, if you only brake what you're supposed to brake with this brake, it's probably fine, but I'm always overdoing things and putting stuff in here I shouldn't. If they would have made these bosses a little taller, so I'm gonna make some washers that go in here, or have my buddy Eddie machine me some so that it holds it down from the top, because what it does is it stretches. Let me show you. Where is that brake finger at, Donnie? Oh, here it is.
Bob, you are awesome. I wish he had a million.
So if you look at this, you can see where it's stretched that, and it's because there is only not even an 1/8 inch of material here. If they would have left this a little thicker, like a 1/4 inch, that would be strong. But because they made it so thin right there, when I overdid it and I put stuff in there that I shouldn't have,
Typical.
it bent it. So I'm gonna fix it for them, and hopefully they're watching this video and they learn how to make shit.
Shannon, will you be running mud flaps for on-road driving because you're so wide? He will not.
No. I like to roost the people behind me.
Timbren makes a good trailer suspension. Sorry if I mispronounced that, but somebody suggested that.
So here, come out here and I'll show you. Matt Nielsen.
Oops, sorry,
Matt Nielsen, a friend of mine, brought these by, and it's Timbren, yeah.
Oh, huh.
So he gave them to me and told me to use them, and I said, well, if I don't use them, I'll give them back to him. But so yeah, if I don't make my own suspension, that's what we're using.
So what's happened to the rig of the Top Truck Challenge 20th anniversary, watching from Los Cabos and Baja?
I have no idea where that rig went. We sold it. I'd like to have that one back. I'd like to have any of my cars back, but no one wants to give them back or sell them back. Or...
Outlaw will get on there and accept that follow request.
I'm just gonna, I think we're good. I'm just gonna sand it because, you know what, I can open it up just a little bit.
Shannon, what's your favorite build to date?
Probably this one. I mean, I would love to have some of my old cars back because they're just, I miss them and they're cool. Like the very first Jeep I built, very unique and very different, but there's such new technology. It's like, why would I want that? You know, other than sentimental value, so.
Mm-hmm.
I like old Black Beauty over there.
Yeah. She's beautiful, very sentimental. Shannon, do you have to weld your blades together?
My what?
Your blades?
Which blades?
I don't know. I'm just reading this. So do you have to weld your blades together?
Like my bandsaw blades? No, I have a company we order them from, if that's what you're talking about.
All right, guys, well, I think it's time to cut this. I've got a few other things I have to do, and I'm gonna let Shannon get back to work because I think I'm probably preoccupying some of his time. But we certainly enjoy doing all of this with you guys, for you guys. Thank you so much for following along, and tell your friends. Make sure everybody gets subscribed so they can watch this master at work. Be watching for the video tomorrow. And thanks again, everybody.